Hello, everyone. My name is Filipe Santos, and I'm an educator and an entrepreneur. All my life, I've been passionate for entrepreneurship education. And in the last 15 years, I was myself a social entrepreneur, building a business school for impact, and also worked in policy, designing ecosystems for social innovation in Portugal and Europe. Currently, I'm Dean of Católica Lisbon School of Business and Economics, a top international business school based in Portugal. And at this Microsoft Education Day gathering, I want to speak to you about your opportunities for developing a career with impact. But before speaking about careers with impact, it's useful to have a bit of retrospective about the entrepreneurship and innovation revolutions happening in our society. 40 years ago, in the 80s, the world witnessed a global revolution, the technology entrepreneurship revolution. Entrepreneurs leveraged technological advances to systematically address market opportunities, developing new products and services, and ushering a wave of innovation. As you probably are aware, many of the largest companies today, Microsoft included, 7 out of the top 10, were founded in this technology revolution. In that process, through entrepreneurship and through capitalism, we created in our society a powerful distributed system for innovation and growth. It is like a never-stopping machine that no one fully controls. It's distributed, but fueled with entrepreneurial energy and talent, brings innovations to market and promotes economic growth in a continuous way. I think we saw the power of this innovation engine during this terrible COVID pandemic. How much technology is helping improve our lives, from remote working to developing new vaccines in record time. That was since the 80s. But since the years 2000, 20 years ago, it became clear there was another more silent revolution happening. And that is the social entrepreneurship revolution. A growing number of citizens started to address some of the most complex and intractable societal problems and challenges they saw. And they did that using entrepreneurship and innovation, but for the common good. Some of these innovations, some of these social entrepreneurs created new industries, like microcredit, for example. And some developed global platforms that we use today, such as Wikipedia or TED. Many others created innovative solutions that are now invisible because they were adopted by companies, by people in the world, in policies. So they became embedded in the fabric of our society, and we don't see them, but they are improving our lives every day. Sometimes in health policies, sometimes in reducing waste. In Portugal, an entrepreneur a few years ago started with a bike redistributing food waste from local restaurants to people that need it. And today, there is a global network of more than 40 centers and 2,000 volunteers, just to give you an example. We also saw recently the movement created by Greta Thunberg that mobilized the planet and the young people in the planet for the issue of climate change and global warming. Again, this social entrepreneurship revolution that's more recent than the technology one represents a powerful distributed system for societal innovation and change and progress. No one really controls it, and it just happens bottom up by the energy, the passion, the motivation of all of us that engage in social entrepreneurship. Now, the interesting thing is that in the last 5 years, we started to witness a convergence of these two trends, the technology entrepreneurship and the social entrepreneurship, where social entrepreneurs have this vision about a better world, but use scalable technologies, scalable business models to create change. I can call this the impact innovation revolution or the impact innovation movement. And this is a very powerful ecosystem that's being developed in the last few years, promoting not only GDP growth, but also outcomes that we all care about. Value creation for everyone, inclusive products, shared prosperity, and a sustainable economy that protects the planet. And the good thing for you, as you develop your higher education studies and as you continue with your education and build your career, is that established companies are paying increasing attention to these impact entrepreneurship movements. And they themselves are developing within their strategy, the core of their operations, they're developing sustainability strategies that include these components. And they deeply care about attracting talent, young talent, with this impact mindset and this experience of social and impact entrepreneurship, because it's employees, it's people that understand the key trends affecting society and being able to engage and mobilize for change. Now, we have many of these social and impact entrepreneurs, but I don't think we have enough. We need a generation, your generation, to embark in these careers of purpose, with a desire to create impact through innovation wherever you are, as an entrepreneur in a startup or as an employee in a large company. So we really need to mainstream, to spread this innovative approach. And now I'd like to also address you very directly. You are the most powerful generation that has ever lived. You are the best connected one, and the one that is most aware of the global and local issues facing our humanity. You have instruments for change and impact that did not exist before. And you can access resources, money, and other resources through the capitalism system in new ways. In capitalism, the good thing about capitalism is that it attracts, its resources are attracted to talent and vision like a magnet. So the scarce resource in our society nowadays is talent, and is purposeful vision aligned with talent and engagement. And who has these elements can attract resources and other people to work with them to create change. So you can be unstoppable as drivers of change, as change makers, and as builders of your own impact career in companies, in society through entrepreneurship, helping your communities, and helping the planet. Now, what do we need to do all together to make this happen? To have a generation that is empowered to create impact. One thing that we need to practice is emotional intelligence, that ability to care deeply about others and about the planet. And then you need to embrace the principles and mindset of social entrepreneurship. What are those? Is a very specific focus on neglected societal problems and inspiring vision about a better world that you want to create in this area, and the ability and will to engage with others and co-create innovative solutions together. To be effective in doing so, you need to cut through the complexity of the situations, of the issues, and focus on the essential elements of the problem, meeting and connecting with those that feel the problem firsthand, and coming up with innovative solutions, often leveraging your passions and your unique skills. Each of us is different. Each of us has different skills and passions. And when we bring that as a team together into a venture, we can come up with very innovative solutions. And young people are not so shaped by the past and by what's possible and not. So you can be much more innovative than any older person that has been through a lot of experience, but at the same time has been limited in their innovation ability. You can start small and local, But if you have this bold, inspiring vision and the right business model, you can scale. Above all, the message I want to convey to you is that you are a unique generation. Each of you is a unique individual that is empowered and has the resources to create positive change and to build your own career in a way that positively affects the lives of others, sometimes millions of others. And that only depends on you wanting to engage in that path. On our side, as a society, we need to create and to give your generation the space to create and innovate and promote change and be open to your proposals and to your solutions and innovations. And as I said, this does not mean to always create a new startup, to be an entrepreneur. You can be an innovator by bringing this unique mindset of looking at the problem, developing an inspiring vision, and then co-creating a solution with others to every path that you walk in your life, be it your corporate career, be it your work in the social sector or the social economy, or traveling around the world and trying to understand better certain communities. These skills of the impact entrepreneurs, the impact innovators, are essential skills for our society to prosper in the next generation. As a professor of social entrepreneurship myself, and also as a dean of a business school, a top international business school, I feel a great sense of responsibility to help you establish the right framework to educate the next generation of impact entrepreneurs. Because I truly believe that our collective future depends on you, on your ability, your passion, and your engagement with sustainable development agenda to build our collective future. So be bold, be passionate, and you can indeed create change. That's the message that I wanted to bring to you today. So thank you very much. All the best.